World War I scarred millions, not just bodies, minds. Some soldiers returned shaking, silent, broken. This battle had no medals.
Doctors noticed strange symptoms: tremors, nightmares, paralysis. Men couldn't speak, or stand, or stop shaking. They called it shell shock. They didn't know why.
Early on, trauma wasn't understood. Some officers blamed weakness, or fear, or lack of discipline. Soldiers were shamed, punished, even court-martialed. The wounds were invisible.
Shell shock wasn't rare. It spread through units, across armies, across nations. Men collapsed without wounds. Others froze mid-battle. Commanders couldn't ignore it anymore.
Some blamed explosions. Others blamed stress, fear, endless bombardment. No agreement existed. Treatment varied wildly, from rest to electric shocks. Medicine was guessing.
Some cures were harsh: electric therapy, shaming, threats. The goal wasn't healing, it was returning soldiers to the front. Suffering continued.
Not everyone agreed. Some doctors listened, rested soldiers, removed them from combat. They saw improvement. This approach was radical.
By 1918, attitudes shifted. Trauma was real, not weakness. Doctors began documenting cases. Patterns emerged. Modern military psychology was born.
For many, the war never ended. Nightmares followed them home. So did fear. Families didn't understand. Society didn't either. Shell shock lingered for life.
World War I revealed a truth. War wounds the mind as deeply as the body. Shell shock changed history. It forced recognition of trauma. But for millions, the lesson came too late.